What's up YouTube, Magnolia Mo here and welcome back to my channel. Dune Part 2 on 4K Blu-ray delivers excellent video and audio that surpasses all expectations. Let's talk about it. I got my copy of the Dune Part 2 4K Blu-ray disc yesterday. I quickly ate dinner and sat down to experience this audio-video spectacle all over again on a disc instead of streaming, which is still the best way to enjoy movies, right? Physical media, in your home theater, kaleidoscope excluded. Let's go over some technical specifications. Runtime is 2 hours 46 minutes. The video codec is HEVC H.265. Resolution is obviously native 4K. HDR is in Dolby Vision and HDR10. Aspect ratio is 239 by 1. Original aspect ratio, as I saw it in IMAX, was 239 by 1 and 143 by 1 for the IMAX shots. For the 4K Blu-ray, Denny chose to have a consistent 239:1 aspect ratio, and therefore there are no scenes with the IMAX aspect ratio, unfortunately. So you're gonna have the black bars. The source format is 6.5K and 4.5K. The DI is 4K. The max video bitrate is 88 megabits per second. Average video bitrate, I would say, is around 50 megabits per second. The 4K Blu-ray averaged about a 50 megabit per second bitrate, as I mentioned, with occasional bursts at higher than the 50 megabits per second. I clocked the video rate in this particular scene at a maximum of 88 megabits per second, but it could have been higher in other scenes when I wasn't really noticing. Digital 4K streams offer about 25 megabits per second at best, and it is noticeable in my comparison of the 4K Blu-ray to the Apple TV digital version. Dune Part 2 delivers a spectacular image. The desert scenes of the planet Arrakis are full of warm and earthy images highlighted by the saturated blue eyes of the Fremen. The nighttime shots of the desert are grand and spectacular. In contrast, the scenes from the Emperor's planet Khitan have a more colorful and sharp image, right? More vibrant, more vivid. A sharp contrast to Arrakis and Khitan are the black and white scenes for the planet Giedi Prime. Cinematographer Greg Fraser shot the sequences through a modified ARRI Alexa LF IMAX camera, turning it into an infrared camera. So the scenes in Giedi Prime are black and white, and for a reason, right? They portray this almost alien-like planet. This 4K transfer is demo-worthy all around from a visual standpoint. HDR is used effectively with plenty of shadow detail and some scenes with some nice specular highlights. The only gripe, and you can call it nitpicking, there's some visual banding in the beginning of the movie, probably due to the extreme gradients, which are difficult to render even via a 4K Blu-ray disc. Maybe Kaleidoscope digital version can do a better job, but I have no way of validating that. Number 2 is the video grain. On the 4K disc, it's there and gives the movie a film-like look. But via the Apple TV stream, the video grain was more noticeable, at least to my eye, and made the image less 4K crisp. I would have just preferred not to have any video grain, right? Because the image is so crisp and so sharp and so clean. Just by adding that little bit of a video grain, kind of took away a little bit, at least to my, from my perspective. But outside of those two minor gripes, the overall image, again, as I mentioned, is sharp with lots of detail and impressive shadow detail, especially in the cave scenes, and plenty of specular highlights. I'm going to give it a perfect 10 out of 10 for video. A must-have demo-worthy disc, something to show off your home theater with.
Cousin, is that right? Chip and shatter.
Dolby Atmos on this disc is presented on a Dolby True HD 7.1 24-bit 48 kHz mat. The maximum audio bitrate in the most demanding scenes that I clocked was around 5.6 megabits per second on my Panasonic. Average audio bitrate was just over 3 megabits per second throughout the movie. The sound design is multi-layered and complex and never fails in delivering a perfect audio experience for any given moment. One of my favorite scenes that I'm going to be demoing quite a bit is scene 12. Around the 1 hour 52 minute mark, as Paul drinks the blue water, the voice of the Bene Gesserit Reverend Mother Superior is heard panning through all of the speakers, the Betler speakers, and then she's up above in the height speakers, accompanied by some intense bass. Really cool and engaging audio experience, by the way. The movie transitions from effects to dialogue to soundtrack seamlessly. I found the dialogue to be very clear. Hans Zimmer's musical score is mesmerizing and it is so dynamic, especially in this pivotal scene. My other favorite go-to scenes on this particular disc are Chapter 4 and Chapter 6. Chapter 4, around the 35-minute mark, as Paul and Chani battle the ornithopters, the explosions from the RPG and the accompanying effects are heard from every speaker. But the scene is just one of several in the movie that are a showcase for great sound design. Chapter 6, and I promise I'll stop. The oversized worm that Paul calls around the 52-minute mark is just as impactful as it was in the movie theaters, filling my theater with powerful deep bass. Although IMAX bass was something else. I mean, it kicked and it hit a lot harder than what I found to be on this disc. The final battle scene, Chapter 14, 2 hours, 16 minutes into the movie, with the multiple worms crashing down, has some of the deepest bass in the movie. The height speakers are highly active, with special environmental effects, RPGs, the ornithopters, and explosions adding to the immersive qualities of Dune Part 2. Overall, audio is reference quality and deserves a 10 out of 10 from me, and that's what it's going to get. Alright, so that is it. I hope you like this review of Dune Part 2. Let me know your thoughts and your feedback around the movie. If you bought it, what are your thoughts? Did you like it? And what are the scenes that you like demoing? Leave me some comments down below and I'll do my best to reply to them. Alright, thank you for watching.